Configure a wireless network. Recommended equipment. A Windows computer with wired and wireless network cards. Okay, choose a PC on packet tracer. Okay, a wireless router. Where is this WRT 300N? Ethernet patch cable. Okay, logging into the wireless router. Connect the computer to the router. Ask the instructor for the following information that is used during the lab. Okay, your instructor will give you all the parameters, all these parameters to configure. For example, an IP address of 172.16.1.1, subnet mask 255.255.255.0, router name, for example, WR1, start IP address for the dhcp server. Okay, for example, 172.16.100. Okay, maximum number of users, for example, 40. Remember, dhcp start IP address should be placed on this network. Okay, on this network. Default router access, username and password. Okay, for example, username can be admin 100. Okay, lowercase. For username and password can be this strong password. Okay, C1, C0, P4, SS. SSID. Okay, configure our SSID. Okay, for example, okay, instructor will give you these parameters. Okay, and you need to configure all these on this wireless router. Plug in the power of the wireless router. Okay, now is power on. Connect the computer to one of the Ethernet ports on the wireless router with an Ethernet patch cable. Okay, first look at the physical tab. Okay, this blue interface is the internet interface that will connect to internet service provider or router. And these four yellow interfaces are the local area network interfaces. So you need to connect one of these yellow interfaces. Okay. And use a connection straight through cable from PC0 fast Ethernet to Internet is the blue connector to Internet, and use any of these Ethernet interfaces. I will use Ethernet 1. If prompted by the Set Network Location window, select Public Network and close to accept. Okay, this is for real app for Windows operating system, and but for real Windows PC real app. Open a command prompt and type ipconfig to determine the IP address of the default gateway, which should be the IP address of your wireless router. Okay, if it is necessary to renew the IP address, enter ipconfig space /all at the prompt. Okay, go to PC, desktop, IP configuration, and select dhcp. Okay, because on wireless router there is a dhcp server. Okay, here by default there is a dhcp server on wireless router. So you can configure the PC as dhcp client. And now you will get this information. IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. And the default gateway should be the IP address of your wireless router. So the IP address of the wireless router of the LAN interface on wireless router is 192.168.0.1 by default. Okay, you can verify command prompt ipconfig. Okay, PC IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. And also the default gateway is the IP address of the wireless router. What is the default gateway for the computer? Default gateway. Logging into the router. Open Microsoft Edge or other web browsers. Enter the IP address of your default gateway in the address field and press enter. Okay, close command prompt, open the web browser and 192.168.0.1 and go. Username and password. Okay, enter administrative user credentials provided by your instructor. Okay, by default, the username on this router is admin, then admin. Okay, username and password. So admin, admin. Okay. Now you are on the router configuration. Configure basic wireless settings. You will not be configuring the wireless router to Internet. You will configure the SSID or network name and security in the wireless settings. Configure the dhcp settings and set a new administrative password. Okay, configure SSID. Locate the wireless settings in the SSID or network. Locate the wireless settings in the SSID or network name field. Enter your assigned SSID. And save the settings. Okay, go to wireless. Now you have network SSID. The name is default, but the instruction is to use WR-net uppercase. Okay, WR1-net. Okay. Okay, save. 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 Okay. Configure wireless security. Locate the wireless security settings. Select WPA security option. Okay. Go to wireless security. This WPA2. Okay. Okay. WPA2. But use personal. Okay. For enterprise, you will need a radio server. But for personal, you can configure only using this wireless router. AES, cipher, AES, okay, and personal, okay, WPA2 personal, okay. Enter the password as assigned by your instructor, or use this. Okay, I will use the assigned Okay, this is for administration. Okay, create a password for your SSID. Okay, I will use, for example, okay, for example, I will use this. For example, I will use this C1 C0W1R. Okay, C1 C0W1R. Okay, save. Okay, save. Configure the HCP settings. Okay, locate the LAN settings. Okay, go up here and go to setup. Okay, this is the internet configuration. Also the network setup. This is the LAN setup. This is the IP address of the LAN interface 192.168.0.1. Subnet mask 24. Okay, start IP address of the DHCP server. Maximum number of users 50 users. Okay. Locate the configure router device name if available. Okay, now configure device name not available here. Go to administration. Okay, configure device name not available. Okay, go to setup again and configure the router's IP address and subnet mask as assigned by your instructor. Okay, this is the IP address 172.16.1.1. So on network setup 172.16.1.1, subnet mask 24, subnet mask 24, and save. Okay, and save, save. Okay, and you will see this message, request timeout, because the router doesn't have this IP address anymore. 192.168.0.1 was changed to 172.16.1.1. So you need to close this, verify your IP configuration on DHCP. Okay, for example, renew your IP address with ipconfig/renew, ipconfig space/renew. Enter. And now you will get the new IP address 172.16.1.100. Okay, and this is the new IP address of the router, the default gateway 172.16.1.1. So go to web browser and use 172.16.1.1. Go. Username admin 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 admin. Okay. Now, and you will see 172.16.1.1 and start IP address 172.16.1.100, maximum number of users 50 for the DHCP server that is enabled. Okay, verify the wireless router is used as the DHCP server. Okay, very good, it's working very well. And now configure the LAN information for your assigned subnet. If possible, you may be providing the starting and end IP address or the maximum number of IP addresses available for connecting hosts wirelessly. Okay, and so this means configure the DHCP server. And the DHCP server configuration is here. DHCP server settings, start IP address 172.16.100. Okay, it's okay, 172.16.100. But the maximum number of users is 40, so change this to 40. Okay, and save settings. Okay, save settings. Settings are successful. Continue. Okay, very nice. And the router may need to reboot at this time. If necessary, reboot the router. In my case, was reloaded very fast. Okay, change the default administrative password. Locate the password settings for administrative account. Okay, go to administration. Provide the current password and the new password as assigned by your instructor. Okay, use this. Okay, the username admin 100 and use this password. C1C0P4SS. Okay. On this router, I cannot modify the username, only the password. So use this password. Okay. C1SC0P4SS. Confirm. Enter again C1SC0P4SS. Okay, and save. And now, enter again to authenticate username admin. And now the password is this. C1SC0P4SS. Okay. Settings are successful. Continue. Very good. Save. Okay, ready. Log into wireless using the new credentials. Okay, but use wireless. Okay, close the web browser. Go to PC0 physical and change this card for. Okay, shut down the PC. Remove the fast Ethernet card. And add the wireless card. Okay, the wireless card is this WMP300N. And power on. Okay. Go to desktop, PC wireless. Go to connect and refresh this window, and this is the net WR-net connect and WPA2 personal AES, the cipher and pre-shared key, remember, was this for this SSID C1SC0W1R. C1SC0W1R. Connect. And now you are connected. You can see this. Okay, and login, close this, go to IP configuration. You can see DHCP, you got IP, close verify with ipconfig command on command prompt. Okay, ipconfig, enter. Okay, the wireless connection 172.16.100 subnet mask and default gateway, and access the using web browser 172.16.1.1. Okay, go. Username, use only admin, but use this password: C1SC0P4SS. C1C C1SC0P4SS. Okay, very nice. And at this time, you can disconnect the Ethernet cable. Okay, very good. I am not using the Ethernet cable. Connect a wireless client. Okay, start, enter wireless, select change Wi-Fi settings, Wi-Fi settings windows, show available networks. Okay, this is on the wireless client. Select the configured SSID, enter password. Okay, and you can use any device, for example, a laptop or any other uh, smartphone or tablet. Okay, I will use a laptop. Okay, go to physical, remove this interface and add. Okay, turn off, power off. Remove the fast Ethernet card and add the WPC 300N is this wireless adapter. Very good. Okay, and close and power on the laptop. Okay, desktop, PC wireless, the connect. Okay, refresh and WR-net, select, connect, use this password, C1SC0W1R, okay, WPA2 personal, C1SC0W1R, connect. Okay, now you are connected. Okay, ipconfig on the client, command prompt ipconfig, config. Now you can see 172.16.1.1 subnet mask 24 for gateway 172.16.1.1. Okay, now connect an access point. In this part, you will add a wireless access point AP to the network. An IP is connected directly to a wireless router using an Ethernet cable. The purpose of an access point is to extend the wireless LAN where the wireless users cannot reach the wireless router otherwise. If you are converting a wireless router to an access point, please follow the instructions provided by your instructor or manufacturer's documentations. Okay, if the blue wireless router is this wireless router, okay, if you will add another wireless router but working as an access point, connect the LAN interface of the first wireless router to the internet interface of the second wireless router that will work as an access point. Okay, so you can add, go to wireless devices, add another WRT 300 and wireless router. Okay, the internet interface is the blue interface, and you can make this connection. Okay, from LAN interface, for example, Ethernet 2 or Ethernet 3. Okay, I will use Ethernet 3 like this example, Ethernet 3, and connect to internet interface. Very good. Connect the wireless router via Ethernet port, navigate the wireless router using a web browser, using the IP address of the default gateway, and log in as the administrator. Okay, you can use this administrator PC to connect this wireless router. Go to Physical tab, power off the PC, remove this wireless adapter, add the fast Ethernet adapter. Okay, use this wireless adapter 1CFE adapter, that is the fast Ethernet adapter, fast Ethernet interface, and power on the device. Okay, connect the fast Ethernet to a LAN interface, for example, Ethernet 1 on this new router that will work as an access point. Okay, will work as an access point. PC0, desktop IP configuration, select the dhcp client. Okay, static, again, dhcp. Now you will get 192.168.0.100. Okay, and the default gateway is 192.168.0.1. Verify on command prompt, ipconfig, 192.168.0.100, 192.168.0.1 is the default gateway. So this is the IP address of this wireless router. Okay, and use this IP to access the router. Web browser, 192.168.0.1. Okay, go. Username by default is this, admin. Okay, very good. And now the internet setup. The internet interface is this. Internet interface and uses DHCP client. And network setup, the LAN interface is 192.168.0.1. Okay, and go to a status, and you can verify the following. Internet IP address is 172.16.1.102. Okay, 172.16.1.102. Subnet mask 24 and default gateway 172.16.1.1. Okay, I can do the following. Okay, you can do the following. Okay, fill color, select this. Okay, this network is 172.16.10.24. Okay, this is the host number 1, the LAN interface 1. Okay, also on this side for Ethernet interface and for wireless interface is 1. Okay, for Ethernet interface and for wireless interface is 1. And the second wireless router on Internet IP address on Internet interface, this Internet interface is 172.16.1.102. So it's that 102. Okay, very good. But with go to setup, okay, and the network setup is 192.168.0.1, subnet mask 24. So this is the network 192.168.0.0.24, and this is the host number 1. Okay. Okay, and is the default gateway for this new network. Okay. To prevent interference, navigate to the wireless settings. Change the wireless channel from the default channel 1 to channel 6 or 11. And save. Okay, first access this router, this wireless router. You can access from the wireless client from the laptop. Okay, go to web browser. The IP address is 172.16.1.1. 172.16.1.1. Okay, go. Username admin and use this password. Okay, admin and C1SC0P for SS. C1SC0P for SS. Okay, go to wireless and look at this. The standard channel, the channel is number 1. Channel is number 1. Okay. So, okay, and if channel is number 1 on dhcp server, there should be a difference of 5 with the channel of wireless router. So the channel on wireless router should be 6 or 11, okay, with a difference of 5. So that's why you need to use 6 or 11. So you will use another channel. For example, you can use channel 6. Okay, and access this wireless router, go to this PC, go to wireless, and the channel is 1, but change to 6. Okay, Okay, save, and connect the internet port of the access point to one of LAN ports of the existing wireless router. Okay, this connection is already done. Configure access point wireless settings. In web page of wireless router, navigate to LAN settings to determine the IP address of the access point. The IP address of the access point can be listed in the address reservation table or DHCP client list. Okay, this is the IP address of the access point. In my case, it's a wireless router that is working as an access point, and this is the IP address 172.16.1.102. And you can see this on status 172.16.1.102. Okay, and in another web browser, navigate to the IP address of the access point. Okay, already, okay, from this PC, okay, the connection using web browser. In the access point settings, navigate to wireless settings and configure the IP with the same wireless SSID and security options as the wireless router. Okay, use the same configuration like this. Okay, and go to wireless SSID WR1-net. Okay, channel 6, save. Okay, and wireless security WPA2 personal AES, and this password C1SC0W1R, C1SC0W1R. Okay, and save. Very good. Verify that the wireless router and access point are not using the same wireless channels. Okay, in this case it's channel 1 and this is 6. Very good. Attempt to connect wireless client to the wireless network. Okay, you can use another laptop here. On physical, power off the laptop, remove the Ethernet interface, add the wireless interface, power on, desktop, PC wireless, connect, refresh this. Okay, there are two wireless networks, two SSIDs, one with channel 1 and another with channel 6. Choose this with channel 6. On real app, you will see only one. Okay, but channel 6 connect, WPA2 personal, and password C1SC0W1R. Connect. Okay, and now you can see the laptop is connected. Okay, to the access point. In my case, it's a wireless router. And turn off wireless radio on the wireless router. After you successfully connected to the wireless network, you will attempt to disable the wireless router radio, and a wireless client will attempt to connect to the wireless network through the access point. Okay, navigate to the wireless router using a web browser. Okay, navigate to wireless router. Okay, using this laptop. Okay, click here and web browser. navigate to this IP address LAN interface 172.16.1.1, 172.16.1.1. Username, remember this, okay, admin, and this admin C1SC0P4SS, okay, this password, okay, and navigate to the wireless settings, turn off the wireless router, okay, go to wireless, okay, here on network mode, disable, then save, okay, save. And now you can see how the laptop that was connected to the wireless router connects automatically to the access point that in my case is another wireless router. Okay, this is roaming. Okay, roaming, because this access point was configured with the same SSID and password like the wireless router. The only difference to avoid interference is the channel. In this case is channel 1 for wireless, and this case is channel 6 for wireless. Depending on the wireless router model, you may be able to switch off the wireless radio using the on-off switch. Okay, save settings ready. Attempt to connect a wireless client to app AP. Okay, all is working very well. Reset the original configuration unless stated otherwise by instructor. Restore the router back to factory default if the option is available. Locate the maintenance or system settings. Click selection to revert the factory default settings. Provide administrative credentials. Wait for your router to finish reboot before shutting down the wireless router. Okay, for example, go to this PC to connect the web browser of the access point. Go to administrator and click here to factory defaults, administration factory defaults, and click here to restore factory defaults on both wireless routers. Okay. Another student can use these routers to do this lab again. Okay, but this is for real app, okay, not for Packet Tracer. Okay, very good. Go back here, connect an access point, and I will not use another router. I will use an access point. So remove this wireless router. Okay, remove all this. Okay, access the wireless router, the Ethernet one from PC0. Go to PC and okay, static dhcp. Okay, wait a moment until this indicator is green. Okay, now it's green. And static dhcp. And now this is the IP address 192.16.103, default gateway, and access this router, wireless router using web browser 172.16.1.1. Okay, username admin, and use this password for administration access. C1SC0P4SS, C1SC0P4SS. Okay, and enable the go to wireless and enable the interface and mixed mode and save settings. Okay, and now wireless is available now. Okay, laptops connects automatically to the wireless router, and do this using a access point, no wireless router access point. Okay, you will add an access point. Okay, avoid this because this is for two wireless router. And connect wireless router via Ethernet port. Navigate the wireless router using a web browser, using the IP address of the default gateway. Okay, this PC is connected to the wireless router. Review here on wireless is using channel 1. Okay, I'm not modifying the channel on wireless router is 1, so the on access point will be different, will be 6 or 11. Okay, the internet port of the access point to one of LAN ports of the existing wireless router. So select a wireless device, and use this access point PD. Okay, is this? Okay, is power on. Not this. This is lightweight access point. Will work anyway, but this is. I'm using this access point PD. And connect LAN interface, for example, LAN number 3, Ethernet 3 on LAN interface on wireless router to internet port. This access point has only one port. Okay, this is the access point, and the channel should be different. Channel should be, for example, 6. Configure access point. Access the web page. Okay, on Packet Tracer, you cannot use the web page to access this. Only click here and go to config. Navigate IP address. Okay, this is only for web, using web browser. Configure the access point with the same wireless SSID and security options as the wireless router. Okay, this use the same credentials, the SSID and password. Okay, go to port 0 is this interface, the Ethernet interface, and port 1 is the wireless interface. So use this for SSID WR1-net. Okay, sensitive. The channel is 6. Very good. Okay, and use this password, but use WPA2 PSK and use C1SC0W1R and AES. Okay, and this password, very nice. And close this. verify, okay, verify that the wireless router and access point are not using the same wireless channels. Okay, this uses 1 and this uses 6. Attempt to connect a wireless client. Okay, turn off wireless radio on wireless router. Okay, access this PC. This is the wireless router. Network mode disabled inside. Okay, and now you can see how laptops, the wireless clients, are connecting to the access point automatically. Okay, thank you very much.